And welcome to a brand new series called Lock Up, Look Up. This is the mobile version, so it's hashtag Lock Up, Look Up. And what we are going to do is come across any wrestling, grappling, lucha, strong style, any types of apps that tickle your wrestling fancy. This could be streaming, this could be gaming, this could be simulating, this could be anything within the pro wrestling genre. Hell, we might even be able to find a dating sim or some type of choose your own adventure thing. I'll have to keep an eye out for that. But we will also try to give you up-to-date info on upcoming shows locally happening within the country, happening within North America, if not internationally, if I can get some info on that. If you want to get your shows seen, by all means, send me a link, send me some of your flyers, and I'll try to get them on the next show. Just like what's happening right now. But what really inspired this was I was watching the 30th anniversary of Raw and realized I hadn't been doing a lot of wrestling related stuff in a long time, and figured I should probably get off my fat ass and try and do that for you. Try and get something going, especially since recently a new game had dropped by the people that gave us 80s Mania Wrestling, 90s Mania Wrestling Extreme, 80s Mania Wrestling Returns, and Modern Mania Wrestling. This is the new Modern Mania Wrestling GM, where you actually get to set up the show, like completely set it up, not just playfully recreate old feuds from people inspired by other pop culture icons. And this got me thinking about how Raw's 30 happened, and, would I have done anything differently to the show? How would I have approached it? And the show itself, I found very entertaining. It was, a nostalgia pop show. It was a very WWE nostalgia pop show. DX got to come out. They even joked that since Billy Gunn isn't with them, when Road Dogg went to do the classic intro that they always had, Kurt Angle was standing behind them instead. And that brought forth a funny bit of, wait a minute, you're not Billy. And Kurt, the ever, all-American apple pie eating, milk drinking so-and-so, how the resident Boy Scout of the WWE had always wanted to be a member of DX. And they were interrupted by Imperium, who of course called them all degenerates and showed their superior European know-how. And at first you're thinking, oh, maybe the band's going to get back together for one more time, especially since they outnumbered the guys. But, they decided to do more of a natural, like, you know what, I'm too old for this. They handled it in their own unique ways. Obviously, each one clearly channeled it their own way. And then they went ahead and did the whole, oh, if only someone else could come out and help us, and intentionally did it that way, which brought forth the Street Profits and Seth frickin' Rollins. And then they had a pretty damn good match. That was near the middle of the show. They had a bunch of things hyped up. There was going to be a women's cage match between Bayley and Becky Lynch. And it was hyped up pretty well. Bayley, of course, was flanked by her fellow Damage Control members. And Becky Lynch opted to once again prove why she's the man, and went out there on her own, which did not end well, obviously. It was a gang beating. They didn't even have a match, so that was a pretty good tease. Hopefully, y'all get something on SmackDown on Friday. Maybe they're just waiting until the Royal Rumble, which is actually happening Saturday as opposed to Sunday. So that's a little different. I'm gonna miss out on that, unfortunately, because I'll be working. Fortunately, I'm not booked anywhere. I'll be doing my shoot job. I'll be bouncing downtown. But anyway, the show was pretty good. Austin Theory and Bobby Lashley had a very good Falls Count Anywhere match. Very, very high impactful. They had just enough hardcore spots in there. And it was nice and whiz bang. They're trying to put over Austin Theory as an actual competitor. The whole chip on his shoulder thing, I think, works out very well, that no one believes that he's actually a worthy champion. No one believes that he, deserves to be there. I know certain individuals within that same camp, different promotions and whatnot, but, the way they're handling it with Theory is very well done. And it has an organic feel to it. Yes, he's got the belt. He's certainly not chicken shit. He's certainly not, cowardly. It's just everyone still looks at him like, how did you pull that off? And I dig it. I like how it's handled that way. And I am a huge fan. I can't wait to see what else comes from this kid. He's a great seller. I love the way he sells a stunner. And kind of gets me back into the show, gets me enjoying it a bit. And I'm loving it so far. It looks like everybody who was on the show really did put in all the effort match-wise. I mean, matches were a little thin. They did have several just obvious nods to legends and segments and things like that, which I had no problem with. I don't think anybody really did, because it was done in a very WWE way. Like, I'm sure that if AEW had 30 years behind it, that they might have moments like that. Darby Allin rolls out in a wheelchair, is barely able to stand, clocks somebody with a chair, and then whoever he's mentoring does the coffin drop in his name. Even if they went 10 years down the road, Sting's still around wanting to do business. I'm sure he could intimidate somebody real quick. Darby and his tag partner or whatever could shock the world one more time. That's if they make it to 30. If they like I said, if they make it to 10, very cool. They're just about halfway there, right? They're on year 4 going into year 5. But anyway, yeah, I was very excited with what was happening for Raw 30. Yeah, I'm all over the place. Sorry about that. But yeah, I was enjoying Raw 30. NXT last night seemed very woman-centric, which, no problem with. The footage they showed these girls going all out, and I would love to go and check more of their workout, get back into NXT, see what the new batch is putting out. Very cool for that. This game, I am enjoying it. It follows a lot of the same stuff as Classic Mania, but they've included some more things. Like, there's an in-depth draft, as you can tell. But, if you really want, you just take all the cards. And that's another thing is, they don't seem to have, or maybe they do. Who knows? I'll have to go back and check the other Modern Mania non-GM edition, see if any of those cards transfer over. But like my money certainly did, and a lot of my characters already did, so I didn't have to go and purchase all of these individuals. Sit through a bunch of ads and collect coins that way, and hopefully get some cool stuff. One of the few games I know where you don't have advancement in there, which I do enjoy. I like to just go through my game and enjoy it. Unfortunately, for in-game currency, you do have to purchase it, but thankfully it is limited to very specific things. Straight up cash. Then you have gold coins, which are just big lumps. It's like a traditional gold bar in a different game, just to show a massive quantity of money. It's usually like 100,000 is a gold coin or something like that. So they have that. And then they also have silver coins, and those silver coins are for gimmicks. So, or what that does is if you cough up a silver coin, if you cough up a silver coin, if you have one and you need money, you'll get like 250,000 back. But thankfully, like, putting certain matches together, putting certain people together doesn't break your bank. Like, you're not dropping 10 grand on, Captain Howdy and the Concrete Pitbull. You can also actually set up blood feuds that aren't card related. Like, you can set up your own feuds. You can set up your own tag teams in this, which is intriguing, and I would love to fiddle around with that a bit and make that work in my favor. Of course, you can set up your matches. You can set up when the stuff's going to go down, how it's going to go down, the themes behind each big event that's going to happen. And aesthetically, it's got its own vibe. There are different promotions you can do, but even better than that, you don't just pick the promotion, you also pick the country it operates out of, and by doing so, you'll get certain bonuses, depending on, like, are you doing more of a superstar thing? Are you doing more of an athletic thing? Are you making things hardcore? Are you doing more family-friendly stuff? And obviously, you can still pick locations. Your safest bet starting off, always start with like the TV station. TV station's very neutral. But they have added a dynamic here where if you go to a place over and over again, it will begin to lose popularity with fans. Like, why do we have to drive back there? Which is interesting. I mean, if you wanted to do kind of a local location, like, the way ECW operated back in the day, you don't necessarily have that. You can't have that. So, switching up, traveling around, always good. Of course, each location costs different amounts. They have their own training facility. So, kind of a nod back to a rougher time within the world. I don't know if they were being deliberate with that or if that was just a coincidence. They do have new characters. There's a Miss Enhancer, so you don't just have the Enhancer who is a masked jobber, but you have the female equivalent. You have lady equivalent, which is very entertaining with that. Of course, you can set up matches to have extra X factors. And these X factors are one-time use things as opposed to a distinctive, like, trait or charm that certain individuals that have where, they may have pull with the booker. They may, if they're a heel, they might be able to convince a ref to go crooked and do fast counts. Things of that nature. You also have certain dynamics. When you do tag teams, you can immediately have a tag team member in your corner if you're doing singles. And in this new version, you don't have to unlock characters the same way you did in Modern Mania. You can switch gimmicks on the fly, almost like what you could do back in 80s Mania Wrestling Returns. And the pop culture references are, of course, there. You have characters that are very similar to other individuals. The artwork, very impressive. I dig it. I dig it a lot. But, there's Mr. Europa, who used to have a slightly different gimmick, but due to events that transpired during Speaking Out, that was kind of whitewashed. There was erasure with that. And he was turned into more of a philanthropic individual on one end, and then a knockabout guy on the other, but both look very soccer hooligan or rugby enthusiast. So that's kind of entertaining. Just one is a lot more clean cut, while the other clearly has been on the pitch knocking people about. And for those who fans of wrestling, obviously, he definitely looks like Claudio Castagnoli or Antonio Cesaro, whichever name you're more familiar with. A lot of these individuals are references to other people, in a legally vague enough way. There's Buddy Danger, who you look at him, it's Johnny Knoxville. Like, if Johnny Knoxville was a permanent wrestler, he'd be Buddy Danger. You also have individuals that, whether they meant to or not, there's a tag team that is very similar to Retribution, but I think they came out before Retribution was even a thing. And one of the alternates within that tag team clearly gives off a very loose cannon Brian Pillman kind of vibe. You also have a tag team very similar to the Briscoes. And I will try to find the link and put it in the description for the fund for the Briscoe family as they're recovering in the hospital. Please send your best wishes towards them if you can, if you have an opportunity to do so. And, just know that as much as these men and women go out day in, day out, week in, week out, month in, month out, and, put on these shows for you, that they're still human at the end of the day, and unfortunately, they get banged up, they get bruised, and, what's worse is they can be taken from us. And it's not always how you'd prefer. I mean, you don't really prefer anyone to just go, but in those situations, it sucks. But just know that any workers who might be watching, know that you do have people always rooting for you. You've got fans, you got friends, you got family that do want you to come back in one piece every night. And for those of you that enjoy seeing this week in, week out, Go show support. Buy a ticket if you can. If you can't, follow them online. If the show they're on is streaming, check it out. Leave a message for them after their match. If they've got a Twitter, follow them on Twitter and just, hey, good show this week. Glad you made it out in one piece. We love you. Send goodwill out there, because it is still so effing rough out there for all of us. And it's hopefully it's getting better. Hopefully we are slowly learning. We are learning from the past, and hopefully everything gets better. And the business gets better, and we get better. But anyway, let's get on to these matches. We've got a battle royal happening right now. Bodies flying. Oh, already at least 2 eliminations. And if you notice, in the older games, first off, everything was still vertical. This actually goes sideways. I don't know if this is just for the Battle Royal or not, but the characters themselves are a lot more animated than they were. In the original, it just looked like you were mashing action figures together. They were standing until the time came, and then you just see the finisher, and that was it. But here, people are actually getting thrown around. They seem to bend. They seem to twist. There is a lively crowd. The crowd, you can see in the background, the crowd itself is animated. They are moving around. They themselves actually have a little bit of personality. And this is still clearly very early on. People phase out. They crawl back into the ring. Multiple moves are done by the same cats. Lots of drop kicks. But I mean, so, wait, is a jobber? A jobber has gotten multiple eliminations over here on the left side. He's already taken several people out, but that's what makes these sims a lot more interesting than your usual thing, because sometimes if the numbers are just right, a jobber can come out on top. Look at this! Look at this! This is quite the collection right here. Okay, so Gridiron and Silver God for sure. Oh, there goes Tough. There's Alexi and Hausen, or I don't think his name's Hausen here, but the guy is clearly a reference to Danhausen. But so we'll just say Danhausen, Brock Lesnar, and Silver Dust. Oh my God! Here we go. Your last two. Whoa! A Brock Lesnar Kanrana. All right, big drop kick by. Big drop kick there. Oh, top rope splash from the Silver God. Yeah, there we go. We might get, back body drop over the ropes. Okay, here we go. I believe that's Hijack and Banger. Oh, was that Tiger Driver? Not too sure. Drop toe hold. Yes, Mobilize is bringing this to you. Big vicious stomps. Big vicious stomps there. Oh, look like a flatliner. Flatliner. Going for the pin. 2 count. Bending at the waist there. Oh, off the top rope. Frankensteiner. Goes for the pin. Kick out immediately. Oh, throws him over the top rope. No disqualification for that. They're brawling on the outside. The ref, I don't see him doing a count. I guess he's just letting him fight. That's fine. Throws him back in. Banger follows up. Oh, eats a Frankensteiner of his own. Here we go. Banger and Hijack brawling. Oh, belly to back suplex there. Banger vertical. Oh, vertical brainbuster. Looks like he was going for something. Off the ropes. The talk boom. 1, 2, and 3. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and now our ladies fight. Here we go. Oh, big spear. Big spear by her. Oh, going for the pin. No, not yet. Not yet. Big body slam. Coming in from behind. Oh, another flatliner. Or no, that was a DDT off the ropes. Big running drop kick. Picks her up. Oh, she's not done yet. Snaps that suplex. Big elbow drop. Goes for 1, goes for 2. Big kick out. Back and forth they go. Drop toe hold. Off the top rope. Missile drop kick. Goes for the pin. 1, 2. Kick out. Here we go. Off the ropes. Full head of steam. Bulldog. Picks her up. She's not done with her yet. Oh. Knee-based neck breaker. Big elbow drop. Second elbow drop. Goes for the pin. Kick out. Good God. Struggle there. Double leg takedown. Head scissors. Coming off the ropes. Big running neck breaker. What does she have in mind? There's that DDT. Is she going to go for it? Oh, blinded by the light. 1, 2, 3. That is it, folks. Oh, here we go. Quebec and the Pitbull. Off the... Oh! Big Hurricanrana. He's not done with him yet. Oh! Delayed vertical suplex. Coming off the ropes. Elbow drop there. What's he got in mind? Shoulder tackle off the top. Almost like a diving spear. Goes for the pinfall. 2 count. Big kick out. Oh! Throws him out of the ring. The plancha to the outside. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a match. Belly to back suplex. Just by the mats. Vicious stomps there. Snapping DDT. Good. Just chucks him. Just heaves him back in. Oh. Fakes him out. Superplex the outside. Rolls him back in quickly. Another quick single arm DDT. Oh. Big power bomb. No, not going for the pin. Not yet. And there it is. The cannonball. 2, 3. That is it, folks. And what do we have here? Buddy Danger. Oh, his shenanigans. Oh, that doesn't look like it ended well. And here we have our 6-man tag. Glitter Dazzle tagged in Glitter Dash, I believe. Jackrabbit in the ring. They're exchanging drop kicks right now. Oh. Bomber Jack comes in. Big suplex from the fireman's suplex. Elbow drop. Got a 2 count out of there. Oh, tags in the dancing full sidewalk slam. Picks him up. He's not done with him yet. Off the ropes. Heaves him out of the ring. We got a lot of that happening tonight. Oh, and in comes the rocker. Now everyone's taking shots. The ref is not counting it. He wants there to be definitive winners here. Rocker in the full. Off the ropes. Oh! Inside belly. Back body drop. Back comes Glitter Dazzle. That was an axe handle off the top. Off the ropes. Shoulder tackle. Oh, there we go. Listen closely. 2, 3. That is it. That is it. That right there, as you can tell, I'm liking it a little more. There's a lot, for some reason we didn't get that triple threat ladies match, but they have it there. As you can tell, there's always a recap. Nice and detailed, still sounds like a commentator's doing it, which is great. You know who won, you know who lost. It even brings up different character traits if you did go ahead and get those one-time X factors. It acknowledges that as well. Very cool. Yeah, Ziggy Thrash did not have a fun time with Buddy Danger. But yeah, there you go with that. Hopefully you enjoyed what I was talking about. please remember, it says like, share, subscribe, ring the bell, share the video, and I will continue to try and keep a lookout for things to lock up. And until next time, I'm Ian Torch. This was hashtag Mobilize Presents, hashtag Lockup Lookup. And until next time, I am Ian the Torch Torchetti. And that's it! It's over! Ring the bell!